Welcome to When Games Happens Micro. We're playing some PlayStation shovelware, Razr Freestyle Scooter, which is based off of the inline scooters by Razr, which were super popular in the early 2000s. Let's see how well the game holds up. With us, we have...
I'm Charlie. I'm the guy who I guess lost a kidney a while back.
Yeah, we all know about you. No one cares. Let's play the game. I'm hitting the start button. Oh, there we go.
Scooters.
Okay, I guess you're controlling because... Oh,
no,
okay.
Yeah, I think you're good.
My stuff is Okay, this is reacting. So I've got all these color choices apparently. I got blue, darker blue, red, green, orange, and it repeats.
I guess this is before you can choose like different stats for your skateboard or your scooter or whatever.
Oh no, this is way late in the game.
Oh, okay.
Way late.
Wait.
You have Amy and Chad when you first start the game. There's some story in the one-player mode about saving the world from aliens.
Fair.
It's super absurd. They at least tried, but they put no effort in, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to choose Amy because she's at least somewhat nicer designed. So let's go with that.
2. Which is a little odd. Okay, well I'm fine with that, but I think you're the other guy maybe.
Okay, let's... I could have sworn I selected 2-player.
You did. You chose your character, and then I think I chose mine. Or,
I think I chose for both of us somehow. Because I just continually hit the button.
I don't question.
What the...
Wait.
Player one.
Oh, it's one at a time.
So it's one of those where you have to do the thing with the stuff. And we've got, copyrighted music here, so... Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I can easily tell that the... Okay, so we have to make... Oh, okay. I totally get what we're supposed to do here. We're supposed to make tricks, and we're supposed to get higher points than the other person playing, and I clipped through that platform. What is the point of that? I mean, seriously.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with scooters.
Which is fine, but they didn't even do that. Like, the collision is just weird. Okay, that worked. I'll count my blessings where they are. I mean, I'm a jerk, but, I'm not unrealistic. Okay, there we go. So you gotta make sure you really aim for your scooter being downward to play. Yeah. And I guess the second player plays when I lose points? This is not an arcade shooter!
You've got a timer, it looks like. So you gotta get as many points as you can, and maybe, I think, collect some of those tires. I think that's what they are. The red tires around the area.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit some buttons. I'm good at games where you have to do tricks, so...
I've played Mario Kart. I know how button mashing goes.
I know how games where you have to do tricks off of ramps and stuff go. Like, I'm a huge fan of the SSX games, like SSX Tricky and all that. I'm a huge fan of this sort of genre of game, but this is pretty awkward.
I really miss the elements that, I had this old snowboarding game for the N64. It wasn't 1080, it was the one that, Twisted Edge, that's what it was called.
Oh, that's the one I have not played at that one.
And I really miss that element where, the announcer makes fun of you for being bad at the game. Hey, we know this is a learning experience, but we just want to make it that much more frustrating.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I got some points, so I guess it's... Okay.
So it's one at a time. So I need the controller. I guess it's not switch off.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, so I'm passing the controller to Charlie, and he's going to hopefully not lose another kidney because he needs at least one of those.
I mean, I got a spleen.
Oh well, you still need a kidney.
Probably.
And this is a licensed soundtrack with a bunch of pop-punk songs that were popular at the time. So we're going to continually talk over it because it's a good ambiance. But at the same time, we totally need to not get copyright strikes. Not that I'm monetizing these videos, but that's not stopped bastards from trying to be jerks about taking things down on YouTube before, right? So let's just try. You're doing a little bit better than me, even though you wiped out on trying to do the tricks. You've got an idea. What they tried to do is they tried to make a Tony Hawk game, but
With scooters.
Yeah, well, with scooters. Wait, who said that?
Who is this man behind me?
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Was that Agent Mojito? Don't ask me how I know that, but that sounded like Agent Mojito. It came out in the year 2000, so it was a late release on the PlayStation, but it wasn't the latest thing to come out on it. So we already had extreme quote-unquote sports games for the PlayStation and N64 games. Kind of preset. We already knew what to expect from these types of games. So there's nothing that could really surprise us. They had a lot to build off of, and they kind of sort of attempted.
Okay.
So I guess you got to restart the level if both players didn't do well enough. But forget about this stage. Hit quit game.
Alright, I'm gonna give you the controller again.
Yeah, give me the controller again.
It's
mine anyway.
Were you pressing any button other than the X button?
So, two-player versus is just for no other reason than comparing your scores. You can do that in the one-player circuit. I don't understand what their logic was here, except for we have the license for this branding, so let's very quickly release something with this branding on it, and nothing else.
When did this game come out?
2000.
So they hadn't quite gotten to the point. 4 years, not even 4 years, 7 years into the life of the PlayStation 1. When did the PlayStation 1 come out? 95?
96.
It was before the N64.
It was definitely before 96. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Somebody look it up. I don't want to have to look it up.
Okay.
Well, while we're doing that, I already selected that I'm going to play the chick again because she's definitely better looking than the default dude.
And no argument here. So there, at least 5 years, they hadn't quite gotten to the point where they understood the technology involved in plugging in a second controller.
1994. Oh, okay. That's kind of what I was thinking. The original PlayStation?
The PlayStation was released in December 3rd, 1994.
That makes sense. In America.
Yes.
That makes sense. So I'm supposed to make as many tricks as possible. And I'm good at making tricks in games, but this is a little on the stiff side. But to its credit, it's not the worst I've ever played. I mean, there are games that have done worse. And were way less forgiving, to be honest. But it's got nothing remarkable. It's got nothing special. It was just a cash grab for the ever-popular Razr inline scooters that were a massive hit in the late 90s and early 2000s. That's it. And it was a cash grab at the end of the PlayStation's life cycle, or nearing it. I mean, granted, it absorbed some success about 2003, but not by much. By that point, I mean, the PlayStation 2 had come out in the year 2000. It was not a household mainstay at that point yet, but at the same time, it was out. People were buying it, and not a whole lot of developers were really focusing on the, by then, outdated PlayStation, which was well outdated around the middle of the PlayStation's life cycle. Let's be honest. It was a great console, but it was late in its original run.
I'll say this, even after the N64 came out, I really appreciated some of the exclusive stuff that the PlayStation had. I mean, there was Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, dude.
Stuff that, like, even though the graphics weren't as great as you'd see in, like, the N64, I freaking loved what they did with those characters in that franchise, or those franchises, and, you know, then you kind of get this mess.
Right.
But
because there was so much shovelware, and the reason why you got so many great games on the PlayStation was because it was a really easy system to develop for. And then you had shovelware like this that would come in its wake. So you had a Tony Hawk knockoff based off of scooters, and it was kind of sort of okay. I got. You can see on the screen how many points I got. I'm not gonna read it all out. So apparently I failed. It's not telling me to go to the next level. So
this is all about getting as many points as you can. So it's kind of like, oh well. Okay.
There's not a story mode to it.
There actually was.
Not in this section, apparently.
I remember there being a story mode.
I remember these scooters. My brother and I used to have one, and yeah, piece of advice that we both learned the hard way: don't use these things barefoot. Like, it's not something you'd normally think about right up until you have to hit the brakes.
Apparently, that didn't work. You have to get a certain amount of points in order to progress. That makes sense. I can live with that. But at the same time, this is just a little on the weird side. I'm going to turn the analog on so I can use the joystick. Oh, that makes a world of difference.
Wait, how did you do that?
I pushed the analog button on the PS2 controller.
It's so much freaking easier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would have thought to do that.
I didn't know there was an analog button.
Yeah.
It's a legit PS2 controller. So yeah, it's a thing.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, I slammed. You have to be really particular on how you land, but that makes sense.
Now that I'm remembering that a PS1
What are you doing?
did not in fact have these joysticks.
So I've got to keep a good. I gotta get. Oh, that was pretty decent.
That was sick.
For what it's worth. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
With a little bit of practice, I can get slick at this game because I love doing tricks. Slam dunk in the wrong park.
So this is a game.
I'm good at this type of trick making and punk music and whatnot goings on, even though I haven't played Tony Hawk much. But I am totally into this sort of gameplay.
You mind if I give it a shot?
Oh, I would love it if you gave it a shot. So I'm gonna actually pause and I'm gonna let you have it. All right, so Agent Mojito is taking the helm on this now. All right.
Oh yeah. So like, okay, so this is one of those games I'm looking at now. Like, it's kind of a learning experience, figuring out the tricks. Because I started pressing buttons in certain situations. Like, you grind with the triangle button apparently.
Right.
But I sincerely hope there's more to this game than just this level.
Oh, there is. There's a couple different stages, but they all are gonna kind of be samey.
I mean, it's going to be the same kind of premise, because even, like, Tony Hawk was kind of the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was different stuff you could do with different areas, and it was really cool, especially learning how to get, like, the highest points possible in all of those different levels. I don't think there's going to be, it doesn't seem like this level is going to be quite as refined in that aspect of it. But
no. You're definitely feeling the vibe here. It's based off the Tony Hawk engine for Sheezy.
I haven't played a game like this in a long time.
Yeah, you definitely get the idea. That's what everything you're doing, Agent Mojito, is everything that I was trying to do, which makes me more than a little jelly.
But you figured it out. Okay. I don't think I ever managed to, like, successfully grind the whole time I was doing it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he's feeling out the controls and he's remembering how he did it in other games before, and it's all coming together.
I'm going off of muscle memory.
Which is fair enough. Fair enough. And you're doing all right for what's in concern, because they intended for you to do that. So how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm having fun.
All right, well,
I'm having fun watching this.
Oh, wow.
that's about it. Well, that's it for When Games Happens Micro. I don't want to say that's what happens when games happen, but I should probably save that for the real show. I already just said it! Crap! I'll get it together at some point. But, thanks for watching. Talk at you later.